Welcome back to Spyro 2 Reignited.
We are up one trophy.
Colossus.
We just declared war in Colossus.
Yep, the shadows.
No, we engaged in a peaceful gathering, playing a peaceful sport.
And I literally set their bear on fire and they crushed a Yeti to death.
That was entirely unrelated to what we did.
It's entirely negligible and understandable.
But Ikki also saved enough for those swimming lessons. So,
Yep. No more need for water wings.
which I guess throwing out there, that is another thing that I think we can talk about that between this and Spyro 3 as well is very appreciated is this pulls a Banjo Tooie once again, and that any move that you've learned and stuff, you kind of remember still.
Yep. So you could go back to old levels with new abilities and then use said new abilities to complete challenges that you couldn't complete before.
Yep. And you were saying, James?
And, well, first of all, you'll only get one new move per hub world, and there's only 3 hub worlds in the game. There was supposed to be a 4th one, but, time constraints and all that.
Yeah.
We ran out of time.
Is that true, though?
I assume that there is, because the whole theme behind the hub worlds are the seasons. Like, we're currently in Summer Forest. Next, we'll be going to, Autumn Springs?
Yep, and then winter
Autumn
thing, so
Plains.
Autumn
there's
Plains.
there is a theory going around that Glimmer was supposed to be a springtime hub at one point.
It doesn't really feel very springtimey.
No, basically what they did was it's like the light colors, and basically it's like they basically did Year the Dragonfly, but in reverse, where they took what was going to be a hub level and actually just a hub world, but they shrunk it down to make it a level as opposed to again what Year the Dragonfly did, which was take hub worlds and turn them into levels.
Not to mention that when you really look into the worlds that are available all the levels we'll be going through within this hub world, like especially at freaking Autumn. What was it? Autumn. I'm sorry. What's it
Autumn
called again?
Plains.
Autumn Plains.
Hey, I got an idea.
I mean,
He got the wood for sure.
Eh?
unfortunately, it don't quite work that way.
Nope.
She's a little stiff.
Aw.
But yeah, no, as I was trying to say earlier, Autumn Plains in particular has more levels than it really has any right to have.
Yeah,
Wait, what the hell happened there?
that was just again.
A little glitch, but I just love the fact they just smacked him with a marshmallow on a stick.
And if you're wondering about
Yeah.
the video thing, that will happen occasionally here and there. It happens with my video whenever I'm trying to run high-end games while also using my shadow play recording thing. I'm looking into trying to pick it up. It'll just be like a couple frame here or there, but the footage is intact and as glorious as ever.
Yeah.
I want to ask, first off, when you were talking...
What the fuck was that? That
was me jumping into the water.
glorious.
Oh. But anyway, I kind of want to ask, just going back a bit, it sounded like you said Year of the Dragonfly. Were you trying to say Year of the Dragon or Enter the Dragonfly?
You know what? I'm just like that dude right there. Enter the Dragonfly is what I was trying to say.
Okay, that's it, because what I was about to suggest is that I kind of have something I want to, discuss with you gentlemen. You know how a lot of people talk about how, in certain... Granted, you could say they're vague ways, but the comparisons are there. That Crash 4 It's About Time takes a lot of similar cues to Wrath of Cortex. Would you guys be okay if we ever do get, a Spyro 4, if there are, a few, thematic or elements that were from Enter the Dragonfly that were put
What
into it?
themes or elements are there to get from the Enter the Dragonfly?
First off, I would love elemental breath powers to return. Yes.
As long as they don't bring back the fucking bubble breath.
I mean,
That was the most worthless breath ability in the entire thing.
Well, it was only there for the sake of catching the dragonflies. That's literally it.
Also, I apologize. I have zero idea how that happened to me. Not once,
Yeah,
not
that is
twice, but
weird.
4 times.
it's Ikki. Nobody's judging you for the footage. It's
Right.
again. Don't
Never
worry.
before have I been beamed by these tiny tikis.
Don't worry. I'm here to make sure
My
only.
pride is at stake, devil, damn it!
Don't
Yeah, I
worry.
know everything there is to know about Spyro 2 Ripto's
Don't-
Rage.
Don't worry, Ikki. As your friend, I'm here to only ensure the funniest of your mess ups get shown.
Okay, good.
But
That's how it should be.
To be fair, you were also playing this game through Parsec.
Yeah.
Right, that's the other thing. Basically, we recorded this, and I think there's another game we're gonna do similar. But it's sometimes my computer
WarioWare.
I thought James was gonna do it, or was James?
Yeah, I mean, that did happen
also-
way back when.
No, I know what you're talking about, Logan. The other one that it's also one that we're still technically in the middle of doing, Billy Hatcher.
Yes, that's gonna be Nemo that he'll be helping out with. Because he's such a good boy.
Because I just love rolling around balls.
Genuinely, I think, genuinely, I will admit, I forget. Thank you, Zoe. I forget if it was something where you brought it up first or we brought it up that like it was this niche game made by Sonic's creator, and it's it had a really neat momentum thing. But then I remember watching you play it, and then there was that moment of like, oh, that's right. There were also a lot of odd little gimmicks.
There were a lot of really poor design decisions for that game, and I did not enjoy them.
You know what? It really is. And it is very sad how it's still relevant thanks to you-know-what, but I feel really bad for that guy.
I do too. Like, honestly, I think he's up and retired from the industry now.
That's right, yeah, no, he basically, I mean, I already said you should.
Oh, hi, me. That's not what I look like whatsoever.
I was gonna say, no, you're more red like an apple.
And you're a lot stretchier.
I am not Arthur Reed, but green.
Don't you wear glasses?
Yeah, but I don't wear Arthur Reed glasses.
Stop torching their banners. They work so hard on those. Ikki.
Once again, reaffirming.
They're expendable.
Okay.
But yeah, I love that. It's like, yes, but they're not like Arthur glasses. Once again, reaffirming the fact that Gems is the only one in the group that doesn't need glasses.
Boy, dude, does that feel weird in my case, because... Okay, a little bit of a real-life Ikki dialogue here, but...
Let's do.
Back in, like, high school, me and my group of friends there would often joke around, because we're friends, and we do the funny jokes. Mm-hmm. And at one point, I forgot what the context was, I think I was arguing with one of my friends in the group, and it caused me to, like, just out of nowhere yell, well, at least you're the only one here that wears glasses. And
like that was an
now,
actual, like,
surprise, surprise, there's only one of us that actually doesn't wear glasses, and that's not me.
I think we brought up before that I'm not the only one out of our friend circle that doesn't wear glasses, but it's like I'm one of the rare few that don't need them.
Because I'm trying to think, like, okay, of course there's me. Matt doesn't wear glasses all the time, at least not that I... Sometimes he doesn't, but...
It's because video games destroy eyeballs.
I mean, every time he has his webcam on, he usually has glasses. Hello!
That's fair. Oh, yeah, Pi doesn't wear glasses.
Well, I think it goes back and forth with her, because I was about to say, I'm pretty sure all of the girls at least own glasses.
Okay, that's right.
This funny tiki guy amuses me a lot more in the original game.
Really? Because of the way he dances?
No, it's because he has a sillier design.
Whoop.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I missed that one, but I'll get it. I'll get it.
In Spyro 2, isn't that what we strive for the most with silly designs?
Yeah, see, I did it right there.
And silly moments like this.
Roast him.
One change that I actually do appreciate for this version of the game compared to the original, the hula dance music doesn't just stop there.
Hula girls?
Yep, if you ever hang out here.
Hula girls!
Lady wrestlers! Yeah, if you ever hang out here, you'll hear them doing their hula dance. And yes, I will still throw out there that yes, I think all the animations they did, and I guess you could say like, okay, Spyro 1 absolutely Reignited. I think it has the most character with like all the unique designs for all the dragons and all.
It was the game with the biggest glow up.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. It's so weird too because like I still think back to like the original trilogy where like I still had my respect for the dragons personally, but it's also like it's kind of obvious there why most people preferred the likes of 2 and 3 because it did seem like all the new and weird assets just tickled everyone's fancy. And then Reignited Trilogy came around right when, the scaly scene was a lot bigger. So
right.
And especially when the dragons got their much needed touch-ups, like, holy shit.
Oh no, they had a blast, and I love the many liberties because they could have absolutely just looked at what they were originally given and say, okay, yeah, just increase the resolution, get a few more polygons.
Just reuse designs over and over.
Right, like just recolor them like this did, but no, they did a lot. But
honestly, I forget. I don't know if I've already said it before, but freaking my friend Tara absolutely adores the redesigns of the dragons. Like, so much so that she often asks me, like, why do people like the original Spyro games again? This is not the game that has the hottest fuck dragons.
They didn't have the funny barista man with the cool tattoos and the mustache.
I'll say we're not talking about the dragon dads. Anyway, I know Gui was also super, like, I know
Well,
she
because
also
she
super
herself is a
enjoyed-
dragon, so...
You saw with our commentary, Gui and Pi were ecstatic to be there.
Well, they super enjoyed all the liberties and stuff.
Yeah, well, granted
Oh,
for...
yeah, glide back up there.
Granted, Allie and Pi enjoyed the dragons for slightly different reasons.
Potentially, but I mean, I'm not going on the legal matter saying that. But so then the other thing is, but I will say that as far as glow-ups, I will give them credit that as far as getting a lot of voice actors involved because of how many talking NPCs and how many like various quest lines, I think they did just as fun a job with this. And again, both to Reignited and to Insane Trilogy, I applaud them for giving us an affordable, arguably, as far as, Ikki,
Economically sound,
definitive way of playing the trilogy.
Correct. And you don't even need a PlayStation console to play them.
No, you can even play it on the go.
You can play it on Nintendo.
You could play it on Steam Deck.
you could play it in the shower.
No, you can't.
And in the toilet. I'm mistaken. That's not a toilet. This is a toilet.
I don't think we can do that, Ikki.
Not unless you have it waterproof.
Yeah, that's fair. I think they do have waterproof cases.
I will
somewhere,
definitely say this is being recorded well before the Steam Deck is even out yet, and I'm still a little skeptical on my part, just because I would want this thing so bad if it ends up working out. But Steam has had a pretty bad history with making console counterparts to their whole OS.
Yeah, and then the NVIDIA Shield didn't do too hot either, and then also I don't know why the other than that.
It's funny,
Go
I
ahead,
actually
Ikki.
forgot they had other attempts.
So yeah, feed blue and yellow fish, but don't give him the Swedish fish.
Yeah.
He's allergic to sweets.
Was that indicator in the lower right in the original game to help clue you in as to which color?
Not,
fish?
No.
Not quite.
I think the guy there did tell you at the very least.
Okay.
No, he told you that he has a very particular appetite, but it doesn't go out of its way to say avoid the redfish unless you mess up.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
either way.
it just gave you the hints, and it's not that hard to really adjust once you figure out what he's what kind of fish he doesn't want.
It's a logic puzzle.
A logic puzzle for kids.
Speaking of logic puzzles and speaking of puzzles for kids,
Part of a complete balanced breakfast.
This one is pure guesswork on your first go.
Yeah.
This one's easy for me.
it doesn't change. I don't think it ever changes, but
It's just association via pattern recognition.
Oh,
Sure it is.
Okay.
See, like, they're a kind
But you
of...
failed to recognize.
Yeah, that time at least.
That's true.
So basically you're supposed to match the shape with the shape and the platform shape
Oh,
with
so
the
now-
symbol shape.
so now I
Or the
think
color.
I get you. I always figured it was just something like, oh, press in the right order. Like, it's the classic game puzzle of you're not penalized, you just got to keep trial and error until you discover the correct pattern.
Yeah.
All I have to give you is this shiny thing I found in our toolbox.
Let's hear it.
Thank you, Costanza.
Hey, don't worry about it.
I never thought of it that way, but okay.
Yeah, it's funny because I know it's Costanza because I recognize that actor, Dave B. Mitchell. He also voices the pig and Monkey Kid, and he uses the exact same Costanza voice for that.
Love it.
Was he also the video game version of the funny gargoyle?
Oh, and we also kept trying to go into that tall tiki head because we thought that's the one that gives you the skill point. We were mistaken.
No, it's a different tiki head.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Much easier to land on.
Yeah, no, that one at least is within reasonability. The other one was
Ta-da.
just way too freaking high.
And you get a 1-up for every skill point. And fortunately, you get to see the cutscene either way. We get to save all progress and skedaddle.
Yay!
So let's see how we left these
The
tiki
adventure
men.
continues right after a commercial break.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, be thankful that we're not starting every part with that, even though I think it helps the immersion.
Yeah.
Oh, the adventure
Oh, you know,
continues.
like-
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Waiters, anybody?
Oh.
Alright, everybody. Smoke them if you got them.
Sponsored by Buzzweiser.
No, no.
Buzzweiser.
No, Budweiser.
Buzz, yeah. So
But you know what? It would be Buzzweiser.
with that, you may think that we finished it. We've done every single area.
Yeah, we did Glimmer, we did Idle Spring, we did Colossus.
And I was saying, unfortunately, no, because don't forget.
Now we go under the water and the rest of the level is down here.
Yep.
I mean, I guess you could also spoil yourself because Ikki will be using the minimap, which I'm not against.
I like the mini-map.
it does help. And yeah, the minimap reveals, I mean, yeah, as I was going to say, it kind of already spoils the fact that you can already see where the rest of the level is on the minimap. Yeah, no, we're barely halfway done with this whole world.
Is it weird for me to say that it wasn't until the Reignited Trilogy that I learned that the minimap wasn't just a thing from the Reignited Trilogy?
Yeah, no.
Wait,
it was,
really?
Like, the original Spyro 2 and 3 had it too.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
no. They didn't have the option in the original Spyro 3. It was only exclusive to Spyro 2.
Really? What?
Yeah.
That's odd that they didn't bring them back for Spyro 3, especially given all the new loading zones and like and things for the animal buddies.
Yeah.
Like I'll admit, there are some quests that I always have trouble finding.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that helpful, but I mean, it's there to it helps add to the decor.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
We'll just open it
scenic.
up. And speaking of scenic, there we are.
You're well on your way.
Oh, my.
Keep collecting power.
What's that I hear in the distance? Hey!
Not this time, unfortunately.
Aw.
Not this
Why not?
time. Because they decided it was a stupid voice and that was owned by Viacom.
Oh, okay. It took me a second to get what you were getting at.
Yeah, that's, again, another example of why I wanted the original voices for this version of the playthrough. But decided against it because it wouldn't work for everything. Also, I don't know why Sparks didn't pick up that red gem. That happens occasionally in the Reignited Trilogy.
Yeah.
I do want to use that time to talk about that element of the Reignited Trilogy, where it seems like, like I said, like, 1 is pretty much like the objectively agreeable glow-up, and that applies to the voice work as well. But when it comes to 2 and 3, a little bit more so in 3, I hear, the voice work for those games in Reignited, I see as a little bit more divisive. Like, not so much with, like, the main characters here. Like, I think a lot of people generally like the voices for, like, Allura and Hunter and whatnot, but a lot of people seem really divisive about the new voice work for all of the NPCs and whatnot. And I guess I could ask you guys, what are your thoughts on the whole thing?
I'm indifferent, more or less. Like, I think I brought it up before that when it comes to the Spyro voice work of, like, the PS1 trilogy, I always felt it was very, for lack of a better word, corny.
Uh-huh.
I could take it or leave it in most instances, but for, like, a very select few NPCs, just for the kick of it.
Nice work, Spyro.
Yeah.
Right, because I do agree. There are some that do work better in the original than others, and that's most especially apparent once we start going into the two-sided war we're going to be aiding in.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's not until later.
Oh, yeah, Speedway. But yeah, no. I mean, also, as we just showed off there, another reason to get orbs is that they will unlock new levels for you. So it's like, I don't know, it's like...
But they only do that a couple of times in this game, surprisingly enough.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, as far as the voice work goes, like, I'm not against it. Like, I'll agree with Kid Icarus that some of the more niche, silly... Oh, cool, free orb. Some of the niche, silly voices are a little bit more memorable. But, I mean, I wasn't ever, like, physically attached or, like, dependent upon these... Again, Moneybags, Allura, Hunter, Professor. I'm glad they got those ones as right as they can.
Right.
If I could
But
just
like,
comment on that,
for Caveman 2, I'm not against it. And what's up?
If I could just comment on that orb that we just picked up. I think that's one of the best examples I could think of teaching a new player about spatial recognition or spatial cognition in a 3D platformer. Because it makes you think outside the box. Like, you don't immediately expect to see the ledge on the window ledge, and think that it's just a platform that you could glide to. But no, you could do it with these. In fact, that's how the game is designed, and I really appreciate it for that.
And this was for a game that previously didn't have right stick camera control.
Yeah. So, and as you just saw there, join us in the next part as we're going to be exploring even more of this realm, that including Hurricos and Turtle Beach.
Yeah, just get your raincoats, everybody, because a storm's a brewing.
Oh wait, I was fired.